notification about it. There was no orientations about co-op. There was no workshops offered from university about co-op. I did not even hear the word co-op in the first place from the university. So that's when I reached out to PDC. At that time, I was not a member. I reached out to PDC and like what I can do now. I missed the co-op deadline and can I not participate in co-op anymore? And that's when I decided that if I get a chance, I'll make sure that when the next year fall students comes, they get to know what this co-op is about. And that is why on the orientation day, when Professor Liam was actually talking to you guys, I purposefully like took out this topic and I told him to tell them there is a deadline for co-op which is approaching. So that's how it all started. We created a document and we have a couple of events every year now to just make people aware of the great opportunity the university offers. Not all universities is in Canada has this opportunity. Very few, like I think 5% of university offer co-ops to at least master students. So let's get started and I'll share my screen with you guys. And if you have any questions, because we have a lot of people, keep typing your questions in the chat. Don't wait for the last. And at the last, we'll just take all the questions one by one. And meanwhile, Ruplin or whomsoever is not talking, we'll keep replying to your chats. All right. Let's get started, guys. So if just tell me if you guys can see my screen. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
we can.
All right. Perfect.
Yes.
All right. So the whole 45 minutes is this is how it is going to be. Okay, so we'll have a short presentation. We'll just tell you about briefly about what is co-op, and then we have two students who are currently doing co-ops from University of Ottawa. They will share their experience very briefly to you, and at last we'll have a 15-20 minutes Q&A session, and where you can all ask all your information. Now something very important here, guys. Whatever information which we are giving to you right now is subject to change according to your discipline, according to your program, and according to time as well. Okay, so the information which we have gathered here is coming from all the authentic sources from university website, from Professor Liam's, from email chains which we have replied back to students when they sent queries, and from co-op office. So the places are all authentic, but they keep changing every year, and there might be some particular program which we have missed out. So when you take out an information from this workshop and you are acting upon something, make sure you first verify it with someone and then trust the information. The information could be little different from what we have told you, but most of it, 99% of it is from authentic, like everything is from authentic source, but most of it would be true for everyone. Okay, let's get started. Right, guys. So co-op stands for co-op is short for cooperative education. Cooperative in the sense you get to work when you are studying as well. So you get hands-on experience while you are in the class, while you're also getting class education. So the graduate co-ops usually last for 4 to 8 work terms. But when you're undergraduate, it can be more as well. So what happens at the end of the co-op is not only you have 2 years of experience in studies, but also 4 to 8 months of hands-on experience, which is very valuable, like especially if you are an international student and you do not have a Canadian experience in hand, then getting a technical experience is really hard. Most of your friends or you would be working as a survival job. I also did. I worked in Giant Tiger. You must be working in Walmart or somewhere like that. But getting a co-op means you're getting some real-time experience, and it's technical experience, and it really adds things to your profile which you cannot imagine. It paves your way to the industry, and you grow into a network which you could not do if you were not into the industry at this point of time. So this is really important for you, that you try to get yourself a co-op job or an internship while you are studying, right? So first of all, you get paid, and if you're doing a Canadian, if you're doing a technical job, you get paid better than just the minimum wage. You develop some skills which are pretty important. At the end of the day, you know, in Canada that you do not get hired because you got an A plus or because you chose a particular subject. At the end of the day, guys, you will be hired uh, of what skills you have, what work you can do for a company. They don't care in which university you studied. They don't care what subject you chose, and they don't care how many marks you got in each subject. At the end of the day, what you possess, what you can add to their company is what they know. So if you can develop a professional skills while doing a co-op, a hands-on experience on a really good software, something like that would be great. Network, this is such an important keyword. If you have started in fall 2021 right now, this is the keyword, guys. This is a takeaway from every orientation. I can tell you, the one thing which can take you places in Canada is to network, create network of valuable contacts, and co-op is one of the greatest way of doing it. It is easiest way of doing it. Once you are in industry, you will have a contact number of your job, your colleagues, people who are working for years, and that's how you become friends with everybody. So when you come out of college, maybe the same company will hire you for full time because you have experience in the company, you know the software, you know their work environment. Or maybe you'll get connected to a colleague and be like, hey, can you refer me to a company? Because reference in Canada, you understand, is really really important, and it takes precedent over other skills. Two guys sitting in a interview, one guy has a reference, other guy has doesn't. One guy has more skill, one guy has less skills, but the reference guy gets the job. That's how it works. So it kind of paves your way into the industry, and that's really important. You somehow sometimes find out what career is good for you and what not. Sometimes you do a co-op job and find out, no, I cannot work on machine learning. No, I cannot do this. Oh, I like more electronics. So that's also another advantage. And then you really meet important people in your life at very early stage. You will meet CEOs, you will meet marketing managers, you will meet product managers, and you get to travel sometimes when you are in co-op, and this is all really interesting if you get a job. So how it works, guys? Very easy. So first, you have to apply in the first term of first year. All right. So first of all, you have to do the preparation. So you apply for example, if you admitted in September, then your deadline will be September 30th. For January, it's January 30th, and similarly, it goes for summer as well. So in 2 or 3 months, when your fall term is going on, as you will get a reply back from co-op. So for the application, you have to go to uOzone. In uOzone, you have to go to application section. Application section has a co-op navigator. Click on it and apply. You have to apply through it. Okay, all right. And once you get a decision, then they'll have some workshops for you to prepare for the interviews and the trainings. You attend all those workshops. All this happens in the fall of first year. Okay, what happens in the fall of second year? Winter of first year. All right, so when you're in second term, at that time you have done all your workshops. Now they will ask you to apply through jobs from co-op navigator. So at that time you'll have a list of companies and who is participating. It's like placement cell. So you'll apply to these jobs, and in the winter term you'll have interviews with your employers. And when you are matched with an employer, they will offer you an offer letter for summer. And this is how. So the first term you do the preparation, the second term you do the job search and get an offer letter, and the third term, which is the summer of first year, this is the summer break. You do not study at this time. So at this time you actually go ahead and work. So if it's a 4 months job, 4 months work term for your employer, then he will give you 4 months, and at the end of the work term you will give him a report, final report, and through this report you can earn some credits in the University of Ottawa. So just go and like you have to actually show some practical work to earn this credit. All right. And there's a midterm evaluation as well, but once you get into the process, you'll get into the flow. You don't need to know all this. But what I'm trying to make you understand, is there are 3 separate terms required to do one co-op. And that is why once you miss the deadline, it's impossible to get through the official co-op program of the university. Don't miss the deadline of 30. That is what, 2 days later. All right. So guys, for applying, uh, I don't know why. All right, I'll show like this. So for applying, you need to, this is a link. I will share this presentation with you. And for every program and discipline, there is a different requirement and different way of applying it. And there are minimum requirements are also different. So if you can see on the screen, the admission requirement here is B plus 75%. This is for electrical and computer engineering. Yours might be a little different. Okay, and there is co-op fees you have to pay in the co-op term. In co-op term, you do not study, you only work for full time. All right, so keep that in mind. You'll not be studying that term, but there's a little fees you have to pay to the university, not full fee. It's like around $700 to $1,000 you have to pay when you're doing a co-op work term. And if your employer is ready to extend your co-op work term, you can extend it as well. So this is like work study sequence. You study for fall, you study for winter, then you work for summer. If it is extending, you work for another fall, and then you come back to study. Now you can study again here and again here. So this is how it goes. You cannot do co-op after you have finished your studies. You have to do it in the middle of your studies. So this is the typical sequence which people follow. Sometimes you do not get for co-op here, you get co-op here. That is also okay. You do 4 months of co-op here. So study, 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 a co-op and a study. That is also okay. All right. So just click onto this link. Where did it go? Click onto this link and you'll find your program. Okay. I'll just tell you one thing here. Uh, a lot of people make this mistake. So when you click on this link, do not go to Faculty of Engineering. You guys are masters, so come here. Okay, and here you can see electrical engineering and all your different departments. So then once you click into one of these, there you go, you have all your salaries and everything and whatever you need. All right. uh, all right, I think I'll call Rupleen now. She better understands this part of the problem. So Rupleen, all yours.
Thank you so much, Fahim. Can you present, like, can you start the slide share kind of thing?
Yeah, actually, see, okay, this is okay. I think my screen was covering the link. That's why I made it smaller, but that's okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this is good. So hi everyone. My name is Rupleen, and I'll walk you through a couple of more slides. So by now, I think you understand what is co-op and why is it important and how to apply for the co-op. So now I'll just tell you what if you miss the deadline. So like Fahim already mentioned that the deadline for this year co-op, it is 30th of September, which is like 2 days from today. So I mean, we encourage all of you, the students who are from the co-op based program, to apply as soon as you can, because the opportunities are going to be good there. But I mean, many of your friends or many of you for some reason won't be able to apply, and you will miss the deadline. But that is okay. So it's already been told by Fahim that the master's too, like if I am starting fall this year, so I can only apply for the co-op this term. Like this is the only month, this is the only chance that I have in my 2 years degree that I can apply the co-op. And like if there's someone who's starting in winter, that person will have the chance to apply for the co-op in winter, and that person will also be given just one deadline, which is 30th of January. So it's just one deadline for every student, like even if it's a 2 year program. So if you're in your second year, you cannot apply for the co-op. And the reason why we do this session every term is just because there's no e-notification, no other kind of notification sent out to the students through the co-op department, and that is why many students, they actually, they don't get the co-op because they don't apply for it at the first. So what if you actually miss a co-op deadline? So as it's written here, in case students miss the co-op deadline, please note that the students can find a co-op job on their own and they can do another co-op term. It will not be the official co-op that the university provides, but it will be a co-op term, and it will be a legal, a valid co-op term. So for this, you'll have to find your own job, and you'll have to get in touch with the university. You'll need to generate a letter of support, and that's how it is. And I will cover that in the slides. So I mean, the students who actually miss the deadline, they are still eligible for the co-op work visa, and they get a co-op work term. And if you miss the deadline for the 3rd of September, it's just that you are missing the official campus placement deadline and the training that will be offered by the university. But there is a way out for that, which I'll explain. Down there is a link. Fahim, can you just open that link once? So the link that is there down, it will show that all the programs like engineering management, biomedical, civil, the programs which do not have a which are the non-co-op based programs, they are also present here, and shows that we are legally the co-op based programs as written by the faculty. So here you need to select University of Ottawa. Yeah. Just select masters and University of Ottawa. You will find 9 results here. Okay, the 25. Okay, so here are the results. Like this show that whatever program you are in, that is I think we can filter it more, but yeah, just the only reason I'm just trying to show this to you is like, see, even if you're a chemical engineer or you're from civil engineering background, you can still apply for it. You are eligible to apply for the co-op. Thanks, Fahim. Moving to the next slide. So very briefly, I'll just tell you what is the difference between when you are formally added, which means that you are from a co-op, the official co-op program like mechanical or electrical and computer engineering, and when you are not from a co-op program like the engineering management or biomedical such programs. So on the left, you will see the formally admitted, which is the co-op based program. So for this, you will have to, you need to be registered in the co-op placement program, which is that you have to register till 30th of September, which is the deadline for this term. The student requires the student visa and the SIN number. And the requirement is that when you apply for it, you need to be in Canada. So these are some requirements that are there when when you have to formally admit for the co-op. You'll be allowed to participate in the co-op placement program. University will tell you about the trainings, the mandatory trainings that you need to go through for the co-op, and you'll have to apply for the jobs through the co-op, the co-op navigator. So that's the whole process. You have to apply for the co-op work visa, and in many cases, they'll ask you for the security clearances. And if your security clearance is delayed, or you don't get it, you don't get through the security clearance, so your co-op work term might also suffer, which means that it might be delayed or cancelled all at once. The other thing is to the right of it is like when you find your own program. So when you miss a deadline, you are from a non-co-op program. So this is the process that you're going to follow. So you do not need to be registered in the co-op placement program, which means that you do not apply for the co-op till 30th of September. With the student visa, you are already allowed to work full-time on campus and 20 hours a week off campus. You will not be allowed to participate in the co-op place program, of course, like because you're not registered, you'll not be able to participate there. You are eligible to apply for the co-op work visa without being enrolled. It's just that you will need a letter for grad office. More on this, I'll tell you on the next slide, so you don't have to worry about it. I'll briefly walk you through that thing also. So next slide, please. Yes. So this is what I've been telling you about, like students who are from the non-co-op based programs. So, the programs do not have a co-op. So this is the way you can actually get a co-op work term. So, the first thing is like you have to find a job for yourself. You are like it's mentioned in the first square that you are eligible to apply for any co-op or summer job advertised in Canada. So it's basically any job. When you go to LinkedIn or Indeed or anywhere, you see a job which is written co-op/internship, you are eligible to apply for that job, even if it says that it is restricted to the co-op students. So you apply for the job, you get a job offer, and after you get the job offer, the unconditional job offer you get, you need to send an email to the engineering.grad@uottawa.ca. You do not need to include Philip Jollet into it. It's just like you just need to send it to the engineering.grad@uottawa.ca. And if there is something, if the process is not being smooth for you or not hearing back from the engineering.grad, you can reach out to any PDC executive, and from there we'll help you out. So you need to email your job offer to engineering.grad. And after you receive a job, after you receive a letter of support, which you requested the engineering.grad, after you get that, you can apply for your co-op visa. After you apply for your co-op visa, you can definitely start working with your employer, which is like you can work for 40 hours a week. It's a simple process and it doesn't take a lot of time. It depends on like how early or how difficult you get your co-op visa. So it's just that you need a job offer. You need to write an email to the engineering grad for your letter of support from the university. If you get that letter of support, you are good to apply for the co-op visa. It depends. You can get the co-op visa in 15 days. You might not get it in like 3 months. So it all depends. And after you get the co-op work permit, you are free to work for a term or like terms, and you can work full time there. So that's what the process is. Next slide, please. So this was the information that we wanted to share with you, and here are some FAQs that we come across on everyday basis. So these are some mails that students actually send to us, and it's just that we wanted to put it here because this can be question of many of you. So like starting with the first one, what are the documents required to start a full-time paid internship work term off campus? So it's just that, like I already mentioned, you need a job offer letter. You need an unconditional legal job offer from the company. You need to have your Canadian study permit. You need to have a support letter from the grad office, which will help you to get your co-op work permit. And you, of course, every one of you must be having the SIN number, and you need to show the Canadian bank account details there. Next question is it possible to register for the official co-op program in the second year of graduation if I miss deadline in the first year? So the straight answer to this is no. Like I mentioned that if you are starting in fall this term, the only opportunity for you to actually enroll to apply for the co-op is till 30th of September, and you cannot apply for it next term. Only the students who start winter next term will be given the opportunity to apply for the co-op next winter, next January, in fact. So you cannot do it once the deadline is crossed. The next question is, if I get a co-op job, but I do not receive the co-op work permit yet, what can I do? So this thing is a hack. It's like something that we have worked around. It's nothing official there. It's just, with professor, we have come up with this thing. So like if you have a valid job offer letter and you have applied for the co-op work permit, and it's just that you're waiting for your co-op work permit, you can talk to your employer. You can ask them that you can work for 20 hours, because legally every student can work 20 hours while they're studying, and the rest number of hours that you work. So if it is like 20 hours, you are, if you're working for 40 hours, you can ask them to pay you for 20 hours, and the rest can be the volunteer hours. And as soon as you get your co-op work permit, you can start getting paid for another 20 hours that you were actually volunteering before. So it's just an alternative way we have tried to figure out for students who actually come up with this problem. Someone in the chat also asked this question. So do I need to pay the university the fee while doing the co-op work term? The answer is yes. So the fee is around, it depends on your program act. So it is around some $795 to $1,000 that you have to pay for the co-op work term. So like if it's fall, it might be around $800, $900 or $1,000 that you have to pay for the co-op work term. And then for January, if you continue it for the next term, you'll have to pay another amount, similar amount for the next term too. And here are links mentioned here. So you just have, for more information on this, you can just go to this. If the information might be a lot for you guys, but we'll make sure that we share the presentation with you before we end the conversation today. So the next questions will be taken care by Saheem.
Guys, the other questions which we get is like, can I apply for internship or co-op work visa if I'm an international student? Yes, you can, but you have to apply from Canada only. You, as Rupleen mentioned, you need a SIN number, you need a Canadian bank account. Otherwise, Canadian companies are not legally allowed to pay you. So yes, you can apply for if you're an international student, you can apply for co-op work permit. You can go ahead and do an internship, and there is no problem in that whatsoever. However, the question number 2 states, can I do a paid co-op internship in Canada while residing in my home country? Answer is no. As I told you, you cannot be paid when you're residing in your home country. But a personal advice which I would give you is, which I did myself when I was in India and I was not in Canada. I started my studies in fall. I applied for an internship from Canada. They took my interview, and then they asked me during the interview, do you have a valid work permit? Do you have a SIN number? I was like, no, I have nothing. And they were like, then why did you come to interview? And I told them, I want to volunteer. Okay, guys. So I told them, you do not pay me. I'll do your work. I'll be a volunteer at your company. Just let me get them some Canadian work experience. And this is really important. So that's how I got into the company, and I'm still working with them. And now they are paying me since I'm in Canada. All right. So always, if you get an opportunity, just because you're not getting paid, do not miss an opportunity. Just because you're in your home country, do not keep missing an opportunity. Start applying for Canadian companies and get a job. Do not get paid for it. Start working for them, and eventually it will turn out to be something really good. Do I need the co-op visa to work part-time during the study term in Canada. No, guys, everybody can work for 20 hours a week. It can be a survival job like working in McDonald's, or it can be an internship as well. So you can do an internship which is paying you for 20 hours a week. You do not need any kind of co-op visa, any kind of work permit, nothing at all. Simply start working for them and get paid for 20 hours a week. You are legally allowed to get paid for 20 hours a week. All right. Although if you are working on campus, then you can even work for 40 hours a week. All right. On campus hours do not count into those 20 hours which you are allowed to work. Okay. If I've got a co-op internship job offer and I also enrolled in JNG 5902, is it enough to get 6 credits for the work done during my internship? There's a course called ELG JNG 5902. It is Industrial Internship Project. This is offered to DTI and electrical ELG students and few other branches. So if you simply get a co-op and internship job offer, can you enroll in 5902 and get credits out of it? No, it doesn't work that way. GNG 5902 is a project-based subject. So you have to actually show them some work, either which you have done in your co-op or internship, that some work you contributed to the company, or you do a separate project out of the knowledge which you bought from there and you earn 6 credits out of it. There are some useful links, as I told you that I'll share the presentation with you. But one of the links which I found really helpful, I'll just open this up and show it to you guys. This is FAQs for co-op. It has all kind of questions, everything you need to know about this. There is co-op regarding admissions, regarding fees, work term, everything. Just go with, just have a look at this, and a lot of problems will be solved right there. There's an SOS immigration session which do not a lot of people do not know about. This happens almost every Thursdays. So if you have any questions about immigration or work permit or visa or something, they'll help you with that. So these 2 email addresses are there for co-op office, and all this information which is on the picture right now is for the official co-op program. So this is only helpful to those people who have whose program is registered with co-op and who have not missed their deadline yet. I will suggest all of you to do not miss the deadline and go with the official program which university is offering, because that's easy way of getting jobs, getting trainings and everything. If you have to find it on your own, it's a little bit tricky and difficult. I would like to call Abdullah Al Mehndi. He's a DTI student in his final term, and then we'll call Rupinder Singh. He's a mechanical engineering student, and they both will share their experiences very briefly. Abdullah, please go ahead if you're on the call.
Hello everyone. I'm Abdullah, and I'm doing my master's in DTI. So this is my last term, and like for the last 2 terms, like in winter 2021 and summer 2021, I worked I worked as a research analyst in a Ministry of Ontario as a co-op student. So like after this co-op work term, my co-op work terms actually like ended like this August, and I started as a full-timer over there. So I will share today. I'm going to share my journey when I from the application to the how I landed into this job. So it will help you guys. And the presentation pattern, like some of you have some questions with the, like how an winter intake can proceed with the co-op process. So I'm an winter intake. So if you guys follow me, like you guys can have that like a lot of question will be answered by this. So I'll just share my 1 page slide so that you guys can follow my story a bit. So yeah, this is from the last term. I actually prepared this slide for the last term for this event only. So like this co-op process starts from the application. So before the application, there are knowledge you need to know. So that was explained by Fahim and Ruplin, that this information gap in the freshers, because when you will be joining in the university, so you do not know nothing about the co-op process, when to apply, and when is the deadline is approaching. Even the co-op office will not send you an email or notification. So what you have to do, you have to be proactive, or you have to be like connected with some of the clubs like the PDC. So that's also happened with me. I joined in like back in winter 2020, and I had no idea with the co-op, and I was doing a class. So fortunately the class was in person, and like I was talking to like a classmate, and like she's become my friend, and like she was saying like, okay, did you apply for the co-op like on Saturday? And I said, no, like, yeah, I will apply. I just joined. So he said, no, the co-op deadline is so sharp. You should apply now. So it saved my life. Maybe like I applied like right away in the class. Just for the application, you just need to go to the U zone, and there is a button in the co-op navigator. So you just have to like press that, and then it's done. The application is done. So then you have to just wait. Like the admission decisions actually come up, like it takes sometimes 2 to 3 weeks to months. For me, it took months. So after this wait for the like admission offer from the co-op office, so when you'll receive it, they will send you an email with all the documents. Like in the documents, one of the documents will be the visa letter, which will be the supporting document for your visa when you'll be applying for the like co-op study work permit. And there will be also an instruction documents how you will apply. So like do not wait when you'll get those like confirmation that you were officially admitted into the co-op. Just apply for the visa as soon as possible. And there's another document you will be needing, maybe the like the medical examination report. You, most of you already have that because you already passed through the study permit visa, so you have that valid, so you can use that also. And for any kind, if you have any kind of doubts, do not reach to us. That's a request, because like there is no credibility the information I'll be giving to you. So consult with the international office. They're the authentic bodies, body of the university to provide this kind of like support for visa and immigration. So like yeah, like connect with them. They do have like authentic and authorized consultant for you guys. And you can get the advice and apply for the visa. And this is where like you have to keep some patience, because this visa might take 3 to 4 months. So you have to wait. So meanwhile, when you are waiting for the visa, there's something offered by the co-op office, some mandatory workshop and services. Some of their services are like resume review or mock-up interviews. So you guys should have those services, because like you are paying for those services. Like when like I joined in winter, so I applied in winter. I received my admission in, I guess, summer. And then my like this preparation and interviews and all the services I was getting from the co-op office in fall. And in fall, I paid them $1,000 for this. And when I started my co-op job in winter, so I also paid another $1,000. And when I continued that for summer, I paid another $1,000. So $3,000 for 3 semester in a two co-op work term. And like from when you'll be applying for the jobs, like apply as much as possible. Do not be picky, because like there is no guarantee that you'll get the job. Some students become picky and they ended up like not getting a job. So use the co-op navigator you have, use the index, which is available for every student, those who will get the official co-op or not. Use LinkedIn, Indeed, whatever you have. And if you can manage a job outside, even you are officially admitted, you can make it official. For my case, I actually made it official. And consult with the career specialist if you have any problem with resumes, if you have any concern with interviews. And like there will be a resume in the co-op navigator. Use that resume only for the co-op navigator jobs, other than use your personal resume for outside jobs. And attend all the interviews that is necessary. And I think like the last part, like if you miss the co-op, this is already explained. So yeah, I think this will be helpful for you guys. I think I'll pass it to my colleague Rupinder. So he will describe like if you do not secure a official co-op admission, then how you'll proceed. Thank you, everyone.
No, even Rupinder has secured an official co-op.
Okay.
Go ahead, Rupinder.
Am I audible? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Very well explained by Abdullah. Thank you so much, and very happy to see very like curious faces. So I'm gonna like quickly recap what I went through the process. So firstly, I was very well aware of the co-op before taking admission in the Canada. So like I was choosing those universities that offer co-op. So I first-handedly applied for co-op, very well aware of the deadlines, what procedures to follow. So be very well aware of the key dates, like check every time in the weekend or something, like be very well, like get used to the get updated with the dates and all stuff. That is the one important thing. Secondly, the next step was after applying for the co-op, like to get the admission in the co-op jobs interview. So my term started in like my fall term started in 2020, and then the next term I was not able to come in the Canada, so I requested co-op office so that they can postpone my co-op term. So my winter term was nothing. Then I have applied my jobs at the summer term. Then my co-op started at the fall 2021 that I'm doing right now, and the next term is also my like second term of the co-op. So the one main thing I would recommend to you all is like work on connections, get as many connection as you can, talk with professor, get involved in all activities, work as much as you can.
Join
Secondly,
PDC.
don't, sorry,
Join PDC.
join PTC, exactly, of course.
That's how
So,
you network.
and
How can you not pitch that? That's so sad.
yeah, like get involved in every activities and join PTC, of course. And uh, work on yourself, of course. Like there's no guarantee that you apply for a co-op job and you will get the co-op job easily. Work on your personality, work on your public speaking skills. Like for example, when you go to an interview, dress well, look at the camera, search for like best lighting you can have on the room, have the first impression at the best. Secondly, learn the technical skills you have, plus the personality development, all the behavior-based questions, and plus all these things will be helped by you from the co-op developer office. They'll be like help you in building resume and all the interview questions. And finally, don't rely on co-op navigator. Do as much connection in LinkedIn or search for job in Indeed, because it's honestly it's very hard for international student to find a job, because most of the company prefer Canadian students. So it's not impossible, but it's gonna be difficult. So you have to be very serious from the beginning and work on yourself. That's it.
Thank you, Rupinder. I'll ask one question on behalf of other people. Quickly answer this. Just throw a little bit light on how co-op is helping your career. Like what benefits you got out of it.
Of course, like before co-op, I was working as a line chef. Then when I got the job, I'm currently working as a junior product engineer in General Hospital of Ottawa. So yes, there's a lot of like uh, environment change whenever I joined the co-op, new job. So as a line chef, there was nothing like much personal growth in there. But as soon as I switched the career there, I joined the co-op job. So there are a lot of like people with my similar interests that were working in that particular area. So a lot of not only technical skill growth, but also personal skill dealing with people and also day-to-day job. That was like a sudden change that is very like well received by me. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Rupinder. Thank you so much, Abdullah. You guys were very helpful. We'll quickly go through all the questions in the chat. Guys, if you have any questions, write on the chats right now because we have like 15 minutes and I'll just give one line answers to everything. Can we go, Ruplin?
Yes, and before we start that, Pumanta, he has already posted, he's already shared the presentation with the you in the chat. So please feel free to download that so that you can just have a look at it at a later time, you know. So, I mean, just do it now because maybe after we switch off, we leave the meeting, so it might not be available. So I would just request everyone to download it now. Yeah, Fahim,
Okay.
we can go ahead.
Okay, can we do internship? Being an international student, yes, you can do internship, but as I said, you cannot get paid for it. Start volunteering for internship from whichever country you are in right now, Pankti, and you'd be good to go once you come to Canada. At least it will be on your resume that you have a Canadian work experience. It'd be technical. You will have some contacts. Go ahead and do it. How to apply for co-op, as Abdullah told you, as it is in the presentation. Guys, go ahead and the links which I shared with you, click on those links and it will tell you where to go, how to apply for co-op. Do I need to fill the financial questionnaire? I think Rupinder, can you answer this question, Rupinder? Do they need to fill the financial questionnaire?
It
No.
doesn't matter. I didn't actually fill it.
So answer is no. During which term are we supposed to pay the fees? During the co-op term, So when you are doing co-op, you are not studying at that time. You are working 40 hours, but you are not studying, but you are still enrolled to University of Ottawa as a full-time student. You are not on break, so you have to pay $700 to $1,000 as a co-op term fees. All right. What if winter 2021 was our first term? As I told you, Zara, if that is your first term, then your work study sequence will change, but you can still apply for co-op, and your deadline will be January 30th. It might change. Go on the website and find it out. Does our
I'll just
degree?
add something to it. Fine.
Sure,
So
go
in the
ahead.
website, there is a mistake. Like we already discussed it with the program directors about it. Maybe like I'm not sure it's applied for all the programs, but in DDI, so I had a conversation with my program directors. There is a mistake. Like they wrote it clearly that like it's not the winter intake will not get the co-op. So that's not true. I'm the example. Like yeah, I joined here in winter and I completed my co-op terms. So yeah, so you guys can apply.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Abdullah. It's really important information. Does our degree get extended if we do co-op? And is there any scenario where we need to study one or more courses in co-op term? No, you do not study any courses in co-op term. You work full time, 40 hours, and yes, your degree time gets extended. Ruklin, you want to add
Fahim,
something?
yes.
Yeah.
So if it's a co-op work term, you can still, I mean, there can be exceptions. You can do one or two courses, but for that you'll have to reach out to the co-op office. I think Abdullah, he being in a co-work term, he is taking like 3 or 6 credits. So you can study, but you'll have to go to the co-op office for that one.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you so
Fahim,
much. Thanks a lot. Uh, could you speak about co-op visa requirements? I have study permit at the moment, and okay. So as co-op visa, we have a FAQ in the question. You have everything, all the required documents from there. You need to have a job offer. You need to have SIN number. You need to have a Canadian bank account, and you need to have a letter from the university. Is it full time or part time? It's full time. It's 40 hours. Is it just 2 terms, or we can extend it for 3 terms? You do not extend it. The companies extends it, but the maximum number of terms for masters is 2 terms. You cannot have it for 3 terms. They'll usually offer it for 4 terms and then extend it for 8 terms. Hi, I have applied using the navigator, but I wanted to ask if we need to financial questionnaire. No, students started in fall 2020 can apply for co-op this term. This is an answer. Approximately how many students are admitted per
no, no.
program? How can I
It's
calculate my admission? Yes,
Fahim,
Ruby.
Fahim, it's students started in fall 2020. So it's like the last fall they started. Can they apply for this term? So the answer is no, you cannot apply because you are already in your second year.
Not in official co-op offered by university, but if you can find a job on
Yeah.
your own, we can help you out. Reach out to PTC, reach out to grad office. How many students are admitted per program, and how can I calculate my admissions average? I don't know. Rupinder, Abdullah, do you know how many students are admitted in program?
It doesn't matter. Like the one you're gonna apply for the co-op job, you can actually go through the process. No, quantity doesn't matter, and like average is also like not important, but the minimum score you have to like have in a semester is B or above. So that's it. That's the only variable.
7, I guess, in a scale of 10.
Yeah, it has to be 7. Yeah. Another question is, if we apply for co-op before 30th September, what are the steps to get co-op visa? It is mentioned in the presentation, and we have discussed this before. For co-op visa, you need a few documents, and university helps you out of it. So if my program does not have co-op, I cannot register through uOzone, right? Yes, Elnaz, you cannot register through uOzone, but you can still participate in co-op, find a job. And as Ruplin said, again, I want to repeat it. If you see a job on LinkedIn, Indeed, anywhere, which is listed as only for co-op students, you are eligible. Even if your program does not have co-op, you are eligible to apply. We will like in university, and PDC will help you get a letter from the university that you are registered as a co-op student. How many hours can you work on your co-op visa? Claudia, it is 40 hours a week. What is the work study sequence for winter intake student? Go to the website and find it out. I think they do not have this information right there, but if you email co-op office, they will help happy. I think Abdullah has started in winter. Abdullah, what was your work study sequence?
I actually mentioned it. Like I started in winter, then summer was a break, and then in fall the processing starts. And from the next winter, my first co-op work term, and the summer I continued. So next winter and next summer will be your co-op work term.
Okay, great, great. Can you still apply for co-op even if you're not currently in Canada? See, you cannot apply for co-op work permit. You cannot apply for co-op jobs, but as I said, you can apply for internships, and you can reach out to that employer as a workaround. And you can apply to the job, reach out to them, and tell them, okay, do not give me money, do not give me any of. I will volunteer for your company. Let me work for you. I'll work for free. Give me a chance. And that's how then you come to Canada, and then you start paying you once you have your co-op in your hand. Okay. Uh, can you still if I'm an MEng student, can I register for co-op? Can I apply through Eurozone? Yes, I think MEng has co-op with them. Yes, you can do it. I have applied for uOttawa co-op program, but since there are only few spots available, and considering that co-op is not mandatory from my program, I might not be accepted. Having that in mind, should I already start looking for co-op positions on my own? Yes, yes, Sophia. Whether you're going to get, like as Rupinder stated, start networking, start applying for job. You never know. Never stick to one thing. Spread multiple threads around the social network and LinkedIn network and see what you can get. At the end of the day, you'll have 5 job offers and you'll have to choose from that. That is the best case scenario that could happen. I already applied through Co-op Navigator. On which basis Co-op office accepts students? I don't know. Do you know, Rupinder or Abdullah? What basis they accept students?
Oh, the criteria of selecting from the co-op office.
Yeah.
Oh, it's basically according to the CGPA. If your program have like optional co-op, then they will take like maybe a certain amount of students from your program. So they took according to the CGPA, the best CGPA holder people will get the co-op first.
All right,
And
thank you.
also want to add one more thing, like there are also a lot of co-op opportunities available inside the university. So if you are like very well versed with professor and you are very good with the course and working with the professor, you can ask for a co-op with the professors so that he can incorporate all the process.
Perfect, perfect. Tawfiq is asking, he's a civil engineering and he applied for co-op and replied, co-op office replied back that you're not, your course is not registered at co-op. So yes, Tawfiq, civil engineering is not registered as a co-op course, but University of Ottawa with the Canadian government has registered your course as co-op. So yes, you have to find it on your own. It's just that you cannot participate in the official co-op program offered by the university. We don't have grades yet, and we are in first term. How do they check whether one meets requirement? Abdullah.
Sorry, I missed the question. So can you repeat it?
It's like they're asking, they do not have any grades yet. So how will they get people admitted? On what criteria?
So they will do it somehow. I'm not sure how they do it, but it is the criteria is written. Like I'm
I'm
not
gonna
sure.
answer
Yeah,
this
Rupen, you should
question.
go.
So
No,
like
Rupinder.
the minimum requirement is B, right? So for example, I'm in fall 2021 and I'm gonna apply for co-op interviews next term. So till then, my fall grades will be available by the end of the term. So if you're gonna like below B is fail for graduate students. So if you're gonna score below B in the fall term, won't be able to participate in the co-op interviews next term. That's it.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you so much, Rupinder. Sayyid Zainul Abdin, currently Co-op Index has no jobs. How can I apply now? You cannot apply now. As we told in the sequence, you have to apply jobs in your winter term and then you start in summer term. Co-op office will tell you how to do it. Follow the sequence which co-op office suggests you to. When should I start looking for co-op positions? If you want to start looking for co-ops outside the co-op program of university, now is the right time. Now you should look for co-op positions. After applying for co-op, what next? Once you applied for co-op, co-op office will offer you workshops and trainings and then placements, and then you start working in the co-op. When should I apply for a work permit? If I plan on doing the co-op during summer 2022. The co-op, I'll tell you the time taken by for you to get a work permit is usually 3 months to 6 months. Sometimes you get it earlier as well, and you need a job in your hand to apply for co-op work permit, co-op visa. So plan accordingly. Is the return is it written in MSc that winter? It is written in MSc that winter intake wouldn't get co-op. Is it so, or like MDTI, there is an error on the website? I suggest you to go ahead and contact co-op office and your faculty as well, and sort this matter out. If there is an error in the website, then we are not sure about it. I cannot answer you on this.
Yeah, I think it
Well,
might be an error too because it's masters in computer sciences. So I think you should reach out to the co-op office and your program director on this one. I think it might be an error.
Abdullah has mentioned that we have to pay 3 times $1,000 Canadian for 2 terms of co-op. That then and it can be repeated as well. So what? So whether we get a job or not, we have to pay 1K CAD for trainings. Is it true, Abdullah?
No, if like fast term for the fall term, like when I take the services and the training, those $1,000 was for the services and training for the co-op office. And for the next term, if I get the job, then it will be my fast co-op work term. Then I will pay again to be enrolled as a full-time student with the University of Ottawa. Otherwise, if you do not get a job, you ended up like no jobs, then no pay.
All right, thank you, thank you. My co-op status on Uzone says that new applicant in MNGEC, but I don't get a button to apply. Does it mean that I'm not eligible? It can be a website error because you should be eligible. ELG is eligible. You are electrical and computer engineering, I guess, because you are in my class. So you should be able to apply. If button is not there, then email them, taking a screenshot, and they should be able to help you. Email co-op office. If we get an offer using co-op, do it today, like right after this class, because you got, like, I don't know, they'll reply in a couple of days and you already very near to your deadline. If we get an offer using the co-op portal, are we required to accept that offer and not apply to other companies listed in the co-op? Anushri is asking this. Abdullah, can you answer? You
Yeah,
did not hear the
don't get
question.
actually. Yeah, so don't get actually confused. There are several options. Like they, when they will send you the offer, the co-op office, they will give you options like whether you will manage your own job or you will take the service from the office or like you are refusing it. So as you applied, you are interested, you're not going to refuse it. And if you have your job right now, like you managed it from the outside, you can select that option. Otherwise, go with the official co-op. So when you select the official co-op, you also have the opportunity to search outside.
Yeah, I have a point to add. So, there's a student, a friend of mine, who got placed in 3 jobs. So, it is the student's choice whether to take that position or not. So, you have the options to get multiple offers. And another point, when students were asking how do they hire in co-op, I was involved in that. So, I'm answering that the keywords is what's seen in the resume in the student's profile. Grades, I know above 7 is important, but after that, they don't care about the grades as long as you fit in the role and the description is matching your experience or your projects that you've worked on. And be sure that don't just mention these keywords because these questions will be asked in the interview. If you're mentioning something, make sure that you're 100% sure about it.
Thank you, Chinmay and Abdullah. Another question is, if we do not get accepted to the uOttawa co-op program and do not get letter from the university, I need to find an employer before applying to a work permit. That is true. But if employers ask for work permit during interviews, what should I do? This was one of the questions in our FAQs in the presentation. So if employer asking for work permit and you do not have visa at the moment, simply ask your employer, simply tell your employer that I do not have work permit. I have simply applied right now. Give me some time. By that time, pay me only for 20 hours a week. I will work for you 40 hours, but pay me for 20 hours because you're allowed to get paid for 20 hours anyways. And for rest 20 hours, you make me as a volunteer, right? Once you get your work permit, then he can start paying you. So this is kind of a workaround, but this is how it works usually.
Yeah, to this I like to add. So if you are from a non-co-op based program and you're waiting for the to get the letter from the university, you can definitely reach out to the faculty they understand, they will be helpful in that way. It might help you provide the conditional letter of support from the university. So that's how you can apply for your co-op work permit. So after you get the job offer letter, I mean, you should definitely reach out to the university and ask them, like, before doing anything. So and they'll provide you the letter of support.
Thank you, Ruplin. So yes, Zainul Abdin Gilani is asking, so even if the co-op starts in summer, is it recommended to start applying now? Yes, you can start applying now. You can, if not now, at least in November, December, start applying for summer jobs. Most of the job opens by October, November for summer. Start applying right away. Do network. I think we have covered all the questions. If you guys have any more questions, raise your hands, and I think we are on time. We can finish the session if you don't have any questions. Uh, and we might have another event offline probably in a few days. You are more than welcome to join the event and join PTC. Maybe hang out with us. We are not very boring, as you can see in the presentation. We have fun as well. Chinmay, tell them.
Yeah, we have fun.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining. I guess we don't have any questions anymore. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much, Abdullah, Rupinder, Ruplin, Chinmay, everybody. It was so nice to see you all. Stay connected with us and keep participating in the events. And have a good night. Bye bye.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.